Hi everyone, it's Angelina. Oops, I'm moving the camera right away. Let's see, I still got it. Yes, Angelina from Sparkling Diva, and I've got another lovely reading for you on self-love, to find out where you are at this moment in time. So not the moment, this date, but the moment in time. So whenever you're watching this goes for you. Where you are concerning self-love. And we all know that love of self is really important, because the thing is, if you do not love yourself, you cannot love someone else either. And you also do not have any control, because you will need, if you don't love yourself, you need other people to make you feel good. You are dependent on outside sources, so whether people or situations, for your happiness. And then you have no control, meaning you are powerless, because you cannot control other people or situations most of the time. The only thing you can control is you. So you also make other people responsible for your happiness, and that is really not a nice place for the other person, for other people to be in either. It's very important you can stand on your own 2 feet and make yourself happy. And in order for that, you have to love yourself. And if you do, then you are not dependent, you are not codependent either, you're not clingy, you're not needy. So that's the right place from which you can have a healthy love relationship, or any relationship for that matter, with someone else. So it is really important just for yourself to feel good, but also to have a healthy, more interdependent relationship as opposed to a codependent relationship. So that's why I've done this. I'm going to do this reading for you, because self-love is vitally important if you want to have a healthy love relationship, which is what most people are looking for. So, the order is 1, 2, 3, 4. I've used items to make it easier for you to choose a stack of cards, or you can just use the numbers or visual, whatever stack jumps out at you. I've used 3 cards. One is, let me see, yes, you can see it. This is the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid, a Green Witch Tarot, and this is a message of encouragement, an Angel Heart Love card. As far as I know, these are all very positive, just a message of encouragement. This deck doesn't come with a booklet, so I'll just give you the message, and that's it. But they're all lovely messages. For the numbers 1, there is a feather, a pheasant feather to be exact, with a really nice orangey tip. For the numbers 2, this is a key with an inscription. It says, "My home is my castle." And this is a chess piece, a horse. I have no idea what the meaning of that is, but it just wanted to be here. It just really wanted to participate. Maybe, I haven't a clue yet, I haven't seen these cards, most of them, but maybe this means that numbers 3 tend to skip over things, like when you do knighting on a chessboard. I don't know. It just wanted to be here. So that's number 3. And then the last one is numbers 4, is a piece of red coral. So if that appeals to you, then you're in number 4. Now, this is take 2 of this reading. So I haven't seen these cards except for the numbers 1, and I drew an extra card for that from the Robin Wood Tarot. But let's start with the first 2 cards. First of all, there is Rescue, which is peculiar because this one came up in my last reading for March, the energies of March as well. This means that you could feel lonely. Because of that, you could feel afraid, thinking there is no help, then you have to do it all by yourself. But that is not true, because there is help. There's someone there in a hot air balloon, and he's on the lookout, and he's not seeing you, he hasn't spotted you yet. But if you just go outdoors, walk out of that ruins and call out and wave maybe, or whatever, then they'll see you and then they'll help you. So you're not alone. You also don't have to be afraid. This is actually quite a cool place to be. Even though you're alone, there's water, beautiful waterfalls. There's this rainbow cloud coming out of this chimney. There's trees, there's grass or moss on the ruins. It looks fertile. So it's you're alone, but you don't have to be afraid. And then let's go to the next card. The Robin Wood is 9 of Atamis, 9 of Swords. Again, this is often called the dark night of the soul. And this means that you've got a lot of limiting beliefs. There's a lot of stress and anxiety and self-doubt, or just not feeling good. You can see that right away if you look at the card. Right, she's not particularly happy, and she is really going through the dark night of the soul. But yeah, there's no need for that either. And oftentimes this is because of all limiting beliefs from the past, usually. And they've gotten so ingrained in you that even if there is nothing negative going on, you still look for it, or you still feel that people are unfair or negative towards you, because you're so used to these patterns. So you have to get rid of that. Right, let me see. It can also be that you're beating yourself up for worrying. This is basically about your own negative perspective, your own limiting beliefs about yourself. And again, I'm reading now from my notes again. You are so used to thinking that way about yourself, thinking negatively about yourself, that even if no one else does it, you still interpret things that way. So it's not a very good place to be. And it comes to self-love. That means you still have to do work to get rid of these negative limiting beliefs. But you don't have to do it alone. If you just look up, there's light coming in through the window. And here also, if you ask for help, there is help. You're not alone. But you're really afraid. And yeah. It's your own thinking that keeps you trapped in this place. It's your own thinking. And then the card I got for that, like what you can do about it, how can you get out of it, confirms that. The Ace of Swords is cutting away what doesn't serve you anymore. Well, your own limiting beliefs and these negative thoughts about yourself, they don't serve you, so you have to cut them away, get rid of them. And you can do that by getting clarity, because this is also about getting clarity. So if you have negative feelings and thoughts about yourself, this is mostly mental thoughts, beliefs, because it's a swords card, then start looking at your thoughts. Like, is it coming from the heart? Is it really true? Is it actually happening? Or is it just your own limiting beliefs again? So from your ego, from the head. So by doing that, like looking at these things, like, is it really true? Or am I just thinking from my hurt ego again? What is the truth? The actual truth. And if you find out that your thoughts are ego-based, just fear-based, then flip them round. Turn them into something positive. Find positive affirmations. Yeah. This is actually quite sad. Start looking for positive things about yourself. Maybe that can help you as well. Write them down, because then it sinks in better than when you just think them or say them or whatever. Write it down. Start making it. Maybe journal. Start journaling. Write positive things down about yourself. Everything you can appreciate about yourself. So you start to sort of, turn it around and get into a more positive way of thinking about yourself. So you start to love yourself more. Well, let's see. I actually hope this doesn't resonate. But on the other hand side, most people go through a process like this, and because we all have dealt with negative things often too much in our lives, and so most of us have gone through a similar process. And if you just go through it, just go through the process, and you come out stronger and more positive and have more love of yourself, more appreciation. So it's not bad. Let's see what the message of encouragement is. Mupiel, that's an angel. Don't ask me, I don't know all these angels. I'm so excited for you. New love is on its way. Let's see if I can hold it a bit closer. I hope you can see it. There's a lot of love there. A lot of warm, loving colours. Reds and pink, purple, bit of orange. So new love is on its way. Well, I take it this is your love for you. So it's on its way. You just have to go through that process. Right? Okay. Number 2. Go there, making a choice. Interesting. Let's see how that can relate to self-love. It's making a choice. So you're on a path. You have to make a choice. No matter what you choose, both options look good. It's nice and sunny there. Looks like a sunset over here. But both choices are good. But maybe you're doubting. I get a sense of maybe not really knowing who you are deep down and what you want to do in life. Where do you want to go? What is your goal in life? Is it that door or that door? But the sense of you not fully knowing who you are deep down, that is really strong. I'm not even going to read what the booklet says on this, sorry. That feels really strong. So maybe you have to find out first, you're still on this path here, and you have to find out who you are before you can make the choice to go left or right. And neither is wrong. Both are cool. I'm not certain whether I think it's butterflies here. Yes, it's butterflies. It's all these butterflies. Butterflies mean they stand for transformation. So this could be quite a transformational process for you. But I think you have to Well, that's what you're going through. Finding out who you are. So, I do think you love yourself. But you just don't really know who you are, what you stand for, what you want in life. So you need more clarity on that. But you're already going through that. You're already going through that. Might just take a bit more time. What I feel is just continue doing what you're doing. Take your time. Don't rush. And it will come. And then you will make that choice. You will go either right or left. And then you will know who you are. And you'll love yourself even more. It's almost like this caterpillar phase before you turn into a butterfly yourself. And then you can fly and soar. This is wonderful. You are well on your way. You really are well on your way. The love for yourself is there. It kind of feels like the last stages of it. The last bit. Finding out who you really are, what you stand for, what you want out of life. But you do love yourself. And you do have self-respect. So this is really good. Well, also making a choice in the default tarot deck, 3 of Atamis, by the way, 3 of Swords. In the default tarot decks, this is the heart with the 3 swords through it, but this is completely different to me, different scene. You see this woman here standing with her shopping bags, as if she's contemplating to go into the cottage, or to just sod it, basically, and go elsewhere. Find a new place to go to. So she also has to make a choice, like exactly the same as that card. She has to make a choice. She has to decide, am I going back in? Am I going to live there? Or am I going to find another place to go to? And she doesn't know yet. Like I said here, you also don't know yet. She doesn't either. She's standing still. She's not moving. She's taking in the scene, working things out. So yeah, that confirms that. But I also feel it's really going to be a big thing. It is a big thing for you, this transformation, because she's got these bags, and she's got everything she owns is in those bags. So she's taking everything with her to either go into that cottage or move to another place. So it's quite a big thing, a big change, a big choice, and big transformation. Right, and this place, it looks a bit crummy, but it isn't all that bad. There's light, and you can remove the weeds and ivy, whatever, and the planks in front of the window, and then it looks pretty. But you have to make a choice. You're going through a process. Your message of encouragement, Cassiel, sit beside me in solitude to find comfort and peace. Also a card of patience, solitude, so you can go through this process, find out who you are, what you stand for. And you do love yourself. See, the heart is there. You are at peace, for the most part. I feel this key really ties into that, because it says my home is my castle, right? But then you have to know where your home is and where your castle is. And then you can take the key and enter a new building. I like that. Right, I hope that resonated for you. Number 3, the chess holes. Let's go to the first card. Oh dear, coming apart. Also peculiar, because that came up in my last reading as well. Coming apart. And the standing stone. Coming apart. when it comes to self-love, I think you are also getting rid of things and maybe even people that don't serve you anymore. So you are beginning to love yourself more, making choices for your own highest good. And something, well, then it's coming apart sometimes when you have to leave situations or people behind. Things that don't serve you, that don't make you happy. Could be that you're beginning to realize now that there are things in your life that do not make you happy. So you are starting to love yourself more. That's why you notice these things now. This feels sad. This feels sad. I think you're having difficulty with it. It means letting go. Letting go is hard for most people, and often quite painful, depending on what you have to let go of. This feels really sad. But if it is for your highest good, then you will have to do it anyway, because that is loving yourself. It is loving yourself. Sometimes you have to do that, let go of people or things, so you can grow again and shine and be happy. The standing stone, similar thing really. This is normally justice in the default tarot. This is justice. So there's fairness, looking at things unbiased, and it can also be like a divorce, for instance. So it's also letting go, finding balance again from a neutral standpoint, impartial. So looking at things to see what it is you have to let go of. See if I can get more out of that for you. Sorry. Trust your own decision. Balance, equilibrium, reward, natural law and harmony. What stands out to me is trust your own decision. Don't let yourself be swayed by other people's views and opinions too much. Could be that you feel quite lonely when you're going through this process, this time of letting go, finding out what doesn't serve you and what you have to remove from your life. You shouldn't listen to other people's advice too much. Trust your own instincts, your own decisions. No one else can tell you really what is good for you. Only you can. So you'll have to go through this yourself. You may get support, but you have to make the decisions. It's up to you. So you might feel quite lonely, quite maybe even desperate, but you can do it. You've got the strength to do it. Just don't get stressed out over it. Take your time. Take your time. Let's see, message of encouragement. Unbelievable. Galileo. Trust me as you let go of the past. Have closure. Well, need I say more? Have closure, yeah. unbelievable. And, well, I can't help it, because this always felt so strong. It's don't skip over things. Just take your time for it. Don't skip over things. Just have, look at details. Be honest with yourself. Be very honest with yourself. If it doesn't serve you, let go. Let go. I hope that doesn't sound too vague. I can really feel it. I'm actually feeling some sadness now because of these cards, but so I hope you get the interpretation. I sometimes find it difficult to translate what I feel into words. Right, the last one, for the people who chose the red coral, 2 tarot cards came out. Let's first have a look at this one. The Bone Collector. And I want to read that out because the Bone Collector is really quite the card to get. And I can't really explain it any better than than this booklet. When the Bone Collector appears, she's asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding, and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find that you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. Well, that says a lot about self-love. It basically says it all. Likely, if this resonates with you, this number 4, then things happened in the past that skewed the way you viewed yourself, or your love of self. You know, you got a perception of limitation, and maybe indeed feel unworthy or without courage, unlovable, etc. All these things that I just read out. But then it is still there. Your true self, your true nature, is never lost. It may be hidden inside of you, but it's still there. No one can take that away from you. No one. So all you have to do is then go inwards, where this real you is, this inner being who knows that he or she is lovable, is worthy, is deserving of everything, and able to do everything. And this glorious being is still inside of you. Yeah, all these limiting beliefs and feelings and fears of unworthiness and all that shit is on the outside. So you can just dump it. Just find the real you on the inside. It's still there. Reclaim it. Reclaim it. Let's see what the tarot has to say. It's wonderful. 2 cards came out. For that, this one fell out first. Well, King of Cups. Can it get any better? Prosperity, basically, you're very happy. Everything's there. Everything's working out. You're well fed, well clothed. You're happy. you know you've mastered love. When you've reached this stage, King of Cups, then you know all the ins and outs that concerning love and emotions and feelings, which means that you're either going there or you already have that, which could help get through that process. It means you're close. You can do that. You can get what you lost or thought you lost. This is also a beautiful card, Four of Wands. There's also harmony, balance. Everything's working out. You're sharing. You're happy. There's also abundance. Can also be a wedding card, but if this is about self-love, so maybe it's love of self. Your inner feminine and masculine coming into balance, and you becoming really happy. I think you really are well on your way. You're well on your way. Reclaim that what you thought you lost or that you think you lack, because I think you're very close to that, to reclaiming it. Do it. Because this is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. You're doing really quite well, I think, when it comes to self-love. Maybe you think you don't. Maybe there's something still lingering in the back of your mind, but have a look at that. You're really close. You're doing well, I think. Let's see what your message of encouragement has to say. This, Oriel, not Uriel, but Oriel. This is your destiny. Let me help you accept it. Yeah. Also tells me that you really are close. You really are as good as there. And then you can do what is your destiny to do. Decide. You see the path. There we are. The path towards your destiny. A bright yellow, golden path. Right. Well, I have nothing much more to say about this. I really love that. I really love that. Well, I hope this helps and that it resonates. And well, let me know. And underneath here, and have a look at my website as well. I'll stick the links in there too, because my website is now finished. Yeah, Sparkling Diva. And I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.